Hey, are you almost done with that computer?
I'm trying to find one Grandview Upper Division class.
Did you hear about that 2-credit Upper Division Creative Photo course Professor Wells is teaching in May?
No, what is it about?
It's from 9 to 11 a.m., and students will be entering the State Fair photo competition and get course credit for it.
But I've never entered a competition for the Iowa State Fair, and I would have no idea how to do it.
That's the best part, though. The class goes from conception and taking the photos to submitting the photos into the competition. You'll learn everything and get advice about the best way to compete.
Wow, that sounds like fun. Thanks for the help. I guess I'm done with my search. You can have the computer. I'm going to go talk to my Grandview advisor about getting signed up for COM 335 right now.
I'm taking the creative photo class too, so I'll see you May 9th at 9 a.m.
Great, I can't wait.
For questions or more information about how to get involved in this exciting opportunity, contact your Grandview advisor today.
Hello, miss. Could I...
You have a smart mouth.
Excuse me? What did I say?
No, I mean, do you use Smart Mouth mouthwash?
You smell great.
Oh, yeah, I use Smart Mouth mouthwash, but I used it before bed, and it's 9 a.m.
It must really work. Where did you get it?
You can get Smart Mouth at any regular store like Walmart. I even got a $2 coupon by visiting the website, smartmouth.com.
Wow, thanks.
No problem. Use Smart Mouth mouthwash for 12 hours of fresh breath.
Hey y'all, this is Autumn, just making sure that you're awake this evening. There's a story of a man that I read today of a 50-year-old man in Maine who woke up with his truck being stolen while he was sleeping in the back camper attached. So make sure you guys are all awake this afternoon. I hope you have a great Friday. We've got some great tunes coming up with Speakers, Day Difference, and Your Love is a Song by Switchfoot. Here's Little Lion Man. This is KDPS Radio with Autumn Eddy. Just make sure you guys are out there getting ready for Valentine's Day. Get those special green M&Ms that everyone loves and those pink hearts. I hope you all are good. This is Autumn with KDPS. This Valentine's Day season coming up. How would you like to win an all-expense paid trip to Alaska and other great prizes? Well, this weekend at the Ankeny Dairy Queen, they're going to do Meals for the Heartland from 11 to 2. You can register for great prizes, try out some of their new blizzards. For every blizzard that you get, they'll donate $1. They're also doing an event at the high school, so just show up and be part of this great event. Next will be Turn Off the Lights by Lights Over Paris.
You're listening to The Edge 88.1. Jacki here. And how many of you out there are ready for the Super Bowl? A new ranking of the best pigskin picks to get you in the mood for Sunday's Super Bowl are: number 5, 1993's Rudy; number 4, 1993's The Program; number 3, 1999's Varsity Blues; number 2, 2000's Remember the Titans; and the number 1 best ever pigskin pick is 1999's Any Given Sunday. How many of those have you seen? Up next is Thinking About Something by Hanson.
This is KDPS, and this is Autumn. Want to make sure all you guys are getting your presents from a good place. In Green Bay, Wisconsin, there was a family that gave a refurbished vacuum to their mother for Christmas, and she found $280,000 worth of crystal meth found, 2 pounds, and it's still under investigation. So make sure you get a really good gift, not something that she could get in trouble for. The next song is Like It's Her Birthday by Good Charlotte. This is KDPS 88.1 with Autumn and Jacki. We're here talking about good gifts to give for Valentine's Day. A British woman returned her dog because it clashed with her curtains 2 days after she adopted it. Other reasons that people have said that they've returned pets was refusing to bark and not cuddling enough. So maybe second think the giving a dog for the holidays, or what?
Apparently, if they want something to cuddle with and the significant other isn't doing it, maybe they should get them a teddy bear, a giant one.
I think it's kind of depressing to give adopt an animal thinking you're doing it for the animal's well-being, and it doesn't match your curtains?
Yeah.
Is there something else that it doesn't match?
That lady obviously has nothing better to do than complain about her curtains. Like, really? It didn't match your curtains? I think your curtains are a little easier to change than to drive all the way back down to the pound and take the dog back.
What about the reason of refusing to bark? It's a pet.
Right. most people want their dog not to bark, so the fact that you took it back because it wouldn't bark is ironic to me. A little strange, even.
Coming up next is Raise Your Glass by Pink. This is KDPS.
You're listening to the Edge 88.1. Jackie here with a little music news for you. Kanye West has been set to play the bad guy in The Black Mamba, a promotional movie for NBA superstar Kobe Bryant's new line of Nike sneakers. It's directed by Robert Rodriguez. The project will also star Bruce Willis and Danny Trejo. It premieres online February 19th. Katy Perry has been announced the opening dance number by the Cheerios in the much-hyped post-Super Bowl Glee episode is set to Perry's California Girls and promises more bikinis than Jersey Shore. And in other news, Mariah Carey and hubby Nick Cannon are expecting both a boy and a girl when their twins are born in April, and Cannon says they'll be given unique names but nothing crazy like Carburetor. Up next is She Said by Steven Jerzak on 88.1.
This is Autumn and Jackie at 88.1 KDPS, and we're here talking about dating services.
In relation to Valentine's Day coming up, how would you like it if you could easily shop for a mate at your local grocery store? Customers in Britain's ASDA supermarkets can now sign up for a dating service right there at the store. They're asked 30 questions about their favorite foods, and the answers are used to generate potential matches.
I don't think that I married my husband based on his food preferences, but, I mean, maybe there's some out there that's all that they care about.
Well, see, the thing about this that's interesting to me is I'm kind of a pizza and beer kind of girl, and I'm pretty sure that there are plenty of guys out there that I don't want to date that would eat just pizza and beer. I don't think that that's the way I want to go to meet the man of my dreams.
I wonder if this is better, though, than the internet services. It said, I read online the other day that 1 in 8 marriages this year were from people that met on the internet.
Yeah, I've heard 1 in 5 relationships are found online, but at your local supermarket? Is that kind of like the red box where you go and push a button? Yeah, I want to check out a dude or a female for you guys out there. I want to see what I can come up with and either take it or not take it based on what their food preferences are.
So, take your honey out to dinner, but don't date her based on what she eats, okay? Next song is Love Remembers by Craig Morgan. This is 88.1.
You're listening to the Edge 88.1, and this is Jackie here talking to Autumn about a new report that just came out that says with more than 18% of adults suffering from anxiety disorder in any given year, the USA is now the most anxious nation in the world, according to the National Institute of Mental Health. The good news is depression has slipped to number 2. I don't know that that's good news, but how do you feel about this, Autumn?
I'm really concerned that anxiety went up, but depression went down. So what does that mean? Is that misdiagnosis by the psychology experts, or is that...
I would think that the two go hand in hand, because I'm anxious about tuition, I'm anxious about getting my assignments done, I'm anxious about having enough time to get to work and get my work done, and
paying bills,
and then when I pay my bills, I'm depressed.
No kidding. Doesn't make you anxious enough to get to paying your bills. It's when you pay your bills, you're done, and you're depressed that you just paid your bills and you have no money to pay gas.
Yeah, and then you're anxious about having to do it all over again next month.
Yep, and go do your assignments again, over and over. And so we're just wondering out there what kind of things make you anxious, whether it's doing homework or paying the bills or working school and job at the same time, or, you know, the rising prices of everything, the economy. What makes you anxious? And we just hope that this weekend you get a little bit of relaxation. This is KDPS 88.1. It's the top of the hour. This is KDPS. You're here with Autumn. There was a cobra that was missing in the New York Bronx Zoo for 3 days, it says, according to CNN. And they looked for this little reptile, the 3-ounce, 20-inch long, and they actually found him in a reptile home. So they lost something from the zoo, inside of the zoo, which I think is hilarious. So hopefully when you lose your pet, it's not in the exact place that you put it. Next we have Louder Than Ever by Cold War Kids. Upcoming wedding with Prince Williams decided that he's not going to wear a wedding band, though his fiancée is going to be wearing a wedding band made of Welsh gold that Queen Elizabeth set aside especially for the prince years ago. So wedding bands out now.
An Ohio mom was found dumped in a church septic tank, and her estranged husband and his parents are facing charges. In an unrelated story, an Ohio nun was also robbed in her home. This is Hanson Give a Little.
This is KDPS. You're here with Autumn. Recent story from Florida. 25 homes in Hillsborough County were damaged by a recent thunderstorm and tornado that went into effect 8 p.m. last night. Reports that an airport building collapsing, trapping 70 people was wrong, police say. The Florida's Emergency Management Office says it has deployed personnel to the airport just to make sure everything's okay. So, in this tornado season, make sure that you're paying attention to all the warnings and making sure that everything's okay. I know that a few tornado warnings have been off in the past few days. So keep safe and listen to those warnings. Next we have Photographed by Santana featuring Chris Dougherty.
You're listening to the Edge 88.1 with Autumn and Jacki, and we're talking today about the federal agency said Wednesday it was increasing its nationwide monitoring of radiation in milk, precipitation, drinking water, and other outlets. It already tracks radiation and those potential exposure routes through an existing network of stations across the country, but as results from screening samples of milk taken in the past week in Spokane, Washington, and in St. Louis Obispo County, California, where they detected radioactive iodine, it was at 5,000 times lower than the limit set by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, but it's still, with the what's going on with the power plant in Japan, it's still a concern. So they're gonna keep monitoring it.
I've heard stuff on the radio the past few days of different things of like the way that the chemicals break down, that the way that we're containing it in Nevada, or the hopes of containing it in a place, it's not going to work because the containers only last hundreds of years, and it takes millions of years for these chemicals that need to be protected. And the Supreme Court ruled it needs to take, the containers need to be able to hold it for millions of years. And so the things are, there's really no way to completely protect ourselves from this nuclear waste that we're producing. Which is, I mean, kind of scary, kind of freaked out.
Well, I guess I hadn't realized how close to home it can hit. Like, I thought, okay, it happened to Japan, not a big deal. I didn't think about it in terms of, it's going to get into the water, and then when it rains, if it'll evaporate, and then when it rains, it'll be carried to other parts of the world. I didn't think of it in that terms. I just kept hearing about it on the Weather Channel at work, and was like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. Their nuclear power plant is bad. I understand. Okay, why are we hammering this to death? But now I understand, because it's becoming a worldwide, it's affecting us worldwide instead of just in Japan.
Yeah, it's kind of scary thinking about how much all of that stuff can affect us. But next we have You Are by Charlie Wilson.
And this is Jacki here. I was just sitting here thinking on my way in to the radio station tonight that it is T-minus 30 days for us seniors here at Grandview until we're actually walking across that stage. I was wondering how many of you out there have not yet sent your graduation announcements. I'm thinking we need to get on that. I, for one, can honestly say I have not yet sent mine, so my poor relatives may or may not be able to attend, depending on if they can fit me into their schedule. For all you other ones out there, though, that haven't got those sent out, you might want to get those sent. Coming up next is Lasso by Phoenix. You're listening to the Edge 88.1. This is Jacki here, and it appears that a man in Montana, a legislator, is speaking out against a proposed bill that would make DUI laws more strict for repeat offenders. Apparently, State Representative Alan Hale, Republican, said drunken driving regulations hurt local businesses and are destroying a way of life. What about the drunk driving people that kill people and take lives? I don't agree with him saying that it's destroying a way of life. If your way of life is to be drunk all the time, maybe you should reevaluate. Anyway, coming up next is We'll Be Alright by Travie McCoy.
This is KDPS. You're here with Autumn and Jacki, talking about a story of a Florida woman who served as the getaway driver when her 20-year-old son robbed a convenience store. What in the world? I know there's a limit to love, and I think that she's a little crazy for being there for her son, loving him. That's not love. It's crazy and really, really stupid.
Well, yeah, I almost for a second wondered, did she know he was doing it? But I was assuming that she must have been driving like a bat out of what for her to be considered a getaway driver. But for there's one thing about loving your children, but to love your 20-year-old when they're robbing a bank or a convenience store, rather, either one is just ludicrous to me.
It said she was waiting outside while he held up the store. She obviously, you can look inside a store and notice that something creepy is going on. Holding it up, you have a gun. You're not just going in and stealing something or, being inconspicuous about something.
Yeah. Well, and it doesn't say here what we're looking at that she didn't know. It just says that she was a 47-year-old mother that waited outside and drove the getaway car for her 20-year-old son. What is this world coming to?
I just think it just makes me think of, all the people that, in the name of loving their child, are a crutch for them, and I just think that's crazy and, a really big example of that.
Well, do you think this has anything to do with the economy? Because, people are resorting to, pretty bad things these days, but to allow your kid to, or be okay, I don't know.
It's not smart. Whatever. Next is Something to Believe In by Parachute. This is KDPS. This is KDPS here with Autumn and Jackie. We're talking about a couple of people that brought their dead friend into a soccer game. I think that's a little bit crazy. They said in Colombia last weekend, a few kids took their friend, 17, who was shot and killed a week or so prior, and took him into a soccer game because he loved soccer. And I like soccer, but I don't want to be carried dead into a soccer game.
Well, I can't imagine how his parents felt. Yeah, for the love of the game, but to take the child's dead corpse in its coffin and carry it into a 42,000 capacity General Santander Stadium in Colombia, first of all, did people not notice? And it says here on the thing that we're reading that it is not known whether the corpse required a ticket to gain entry or not.
I'm pretty sure if they noticed that there was an actual dead person, that police would have been called. This is ridiculous. It also says that other really crazy things that happen in Spain at events is a dead pig was thrown onto a soccer field during a game in 2002.
Yeah, it says that the Barcelona fans had protested also a star player, Luis Figo, earlier controversial trade to Madrid. He was bombarded with objects during the game, such as whiskey bottles, billiard balls, and the pig's head. But to bring a human being live body,
People just do really crazy, weird things that are quite disturbing, I think. Next is Single by New Kids on the Block.